Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Political Excess. This time, let's take a look at the best case scenario for the Republicans in the upcoming governor's elections. I did one for the Democrats previously. This time, we'll take a look at the Republicans if they had their fantasy dream night within reason, how well they would do for governorships. So the safe states will be over a 10-point margin, the likely states 5 to 10 points, lean under 5 points, and tilt 1 point or less. So let's start in Alaska. That would be an easy safe for Mike Dunleavy. They do have ranked choice voting there, but he should be able to win that very easily if everything goes right for him. How about in Hawaii? Well, that is of course a very blue state, and there is no real polling out of Hawaii, and the Republicans do have Duke Iona. He has high name recognition. It's an open seat. It's possible this could get under 10 points if he has a great night. So without further information, I'm going to have to put it at likely and not safe. Let's go up to Oregon. That'll be a lean for Christine Drazan, the Republican. It's a three-way race there. The polls do show her in the lead. I don't think she would win by more than 5 points, even if she has a phenomenal night. Things could change, but as of now, I think her top-line number would be about a 3 to 4 point win. California would stay safe for Gavin Newsom. How about in Nevada? Well, I think Joe Lombardo would win that probably by just about 5 points if everything went well for him. It's not an open seat, so Steve Sisolak, he's going to have a little bit of a boost from that. This would be an easy flip for the Republicans in a great night. Idaho would be safe for Brad Little still. How about in Arizona? Well, that would be a likely for Carrie Lake. I think she would be able to just eclipse 5 points, maybe up to 6. That's if everything falls into place for her and Katie Hobbs sinks even further, which she actually might be doing, refusing to debate, and Carrie Lake showing a lot of energy to win that race. Wyoming, still safe for the Republican Mark Gordon. Colorado, that could get down under 10 points for Jared Polis, but that's going to be it. Polis is winning that for sure. Heidi Ganahl is going to take a loss by probably at least 8 points in that race. How about under Colorado, down in New Mexico? It's a tough call, and I still think it would stay with the Democrat there, Michelle Luann Grisham. Mark Ronchetti has really not put much dent in her lead in the polls that I've seen. She doesn't have an insurmountable lead, but as of now, it's just a little bit too unreasonable to imagine Ronchetti pulling it out. South Dakota and Nebraska safe for the Republicans. How about in Kansas? Well, I think that would be a flip and a pickup in the best case scenario, and I think it could maybe get to about a 5-point win for Derek Schmidt, the Attorney General nominee there. I never thought Laura Kelly would be somebody to just steamroll over, but in a great environment, a big red wave, Schmidt would win that comfortably. Oklahoma, safe for Kevin Stitt. Texas, that is borderline safe as it is. That'd be safe for Greg Abbott. How about in Minnesota? There's another tough call. I think if it's a phenomenal night for Scott Jensen, Tim Walz still wins by under 1 point. Iowa, safe for Kim Reynolds. Arkansas, safe for Sarah Sanders. Wisconsin, that'll be a likely for Tim Michels. It's borderline lean. I don't think Michels, even if he wins on a great night, that he'll be winning it by 8 or 9 points. I think it would get to just about 5.5 points if he was able to have a very strong surge at the end. Illinois, that could get under 10 with Darren Bailey, and he would still lose to Pritzker by, I would think, at least 6 points, even on a great night. But like with any of these states, something at the last minute could come up. One of these October surprises could shift momentum in a couple of these states. How about in Michigan? There's several tough calls on this map, and this is another one. The polling has consistently shown Gretchen Whitmer with a lead over Tudor Dixon, sometimes even over double digits. Those I never bought, but I still think she is poised to win within reason in a best-case scenario for the Republicans. It's not impossible for Tudor Dixon to win. I just think it would be a little bit too unreasonable, even in this kind of scenario, to give her the win, so Whitmer would win by a tilt margin. Ohio, safe for Mike DeWine. Tennessee and Alabama, safe for the Republican there. Florida, that would be safe for Ron DeSantis. I think he could win that by over 10 points now. If he has a phenomenal type of night, he's dealing with the hurricane, that might give him an extra 1 or 2 points going into the home stretch. How about in Georgia with Brian Kemp and Stacey Abrams? That would be likely for Brian Kemp, and I don't think it would get to 10 points, even in a great night for Kemp. Georgia has shifted a little bit too much. I could see Kemp winning by 8 to 9 points, and that would be his real top-end number. South Carolina would be safe for Henry McMaster. How about in Maine? So far, this race is not shaping up to be overly competitive. Yes, Paul LePage could make something happen down in the final couple of weeks. He's pulled it out 2 other times previously, but as of now, I think Janet Mills would still win by about 1 to 2 points, even at a best case scenario for Paul LePage. New Hampshire and Vermont, very safe for the Republicans there. Massachusetts would be very safe for Maura Healey. New York, that is an interesting state. I'm wondering if there will be a last-minute October shift heading into November, and if Lee Zeldin could maybe pull something together, but I still don't see it happening. I have it at likely. I think it would get under 10 for sure, and a great night for Zeldin, but I'm not seeing it get under 5 just yet. Again, maybe something happens, but I'm not seeing it right now. Connecticut will be likely for Ned Lamont. Rhode Island, they had a late primary. We're still waiting to see where that race settles, but I'm going to put it at lean for Dan McKee. How about in Pennsylvania? There's just been too many polls that show Josh Shapiro with a substantial lead, even over 10 points. So I have this at a lean for Josh Shapiro. It'd be closer to a tilt than a likely. I think Doug Mastriano is the kind of candidate that people would not want to tell pollsters they're voting for. And I think the concern is that those Mastriano voters, there's more of them out there, and they're just undercounted. But the problem is they would have to be severely undercounted at this point, not just by 2 or 3 points. And finally, in Maryland, Wes Moore, he would still win that by over 10 points. So that is my map, and that would result in 30 governors for the Republicans and 20 for the Democrats. Several of these states were very hard to decide. It's hard to predict how much of a red wave would manifest in some of these governorships. The polling at the end, that's a big unknown as well, but I did the best I could do, and this is what I think would happen. You don't have to agree on all these, but do you agree with most of these states? Or are there a couple of states you think I'm way off on? Let me know down below. And if you enjoy this channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.